You can be great at designing in SolidWorks, but if you don't understand how files are created, opened, and saved correctly, then your workflow will always feel confusing, and sometimes even risky in fact. In this video, I'm going to teach you the basics of file management in SolidWorks, from things like different ways to create, open, and save files, to tips and tricks to navigate and manage them correctly. This way you can be sure to work confidently from the start. Hello inventors, my name is Wilfredo Perez Carbajal and welcome to the Inventor Within channel, where we help you build the confidence and knowledge you need to build your product ideas. So let's start with the first step, which is creating a file. There's actually a couple of different ways in which you can start a new file in SolidWorks. In fact, when you boot up the software, you're usually presented with this home window right here, in which you are given these three different file types that you can make. From here, you can simply double click on which one it is you want to make, but in the event that you are not presented with this window, you can always bring it up by navigating over to this home icon up in the menu bar. If you click it, you see that you're presented with the same window. Now there's a chance that instead of seeing this, you'll actually see something like this, and if you do, just simply hit the cancel button and it'll bring you back here. Another way to start a new file in SolidWorks is by navigating over to the File tab, and from here selecting New. Another way is by using the Control-N shortcut. That is, you hold down the Control key on your keyboard, and while you're doing so, you also hit the N key. Doing so, you'll notice that this window pops up, and from here you can simply double click on whichever file type it is you want to make, or you can simply single click it and then hit the OK button. Now, if you don't see this window here, but if you instead see the advanced window, then simply click on the novice button and it'll bring you back here. For the purpose of this video, I'm gonna go with the option of creating a new part so I can showcase the rest of the file management methods I want to teach you. And you can tell that the part file was created successfully because the user interface changed to include absolutely everything that it usually has when you're working on a part file. And you can also see that the name of the file is part 1. Now for you, it might not say part 1. In fact, the only thing that would change in the name is the number. And this is dependent on how many parts or files you've started in a single instance of SolidWorks. So say for instance, since you booted up the software, you've already created multiple parts, then there is a chance that for you it won't say part 1, but it'll actually say a different number, depending on how many part files you've created. Now, in order to demonstrate the rest of the file management basics, it would be best for me to have a part that I'm working on, so give me 1 second and I will be right back. If you're not confident with computers, then even this might feel intimidating, and in fact that's the reason why I made this video. At the Inventor Within, we believe ideas don't only belong to technical people, but that they belong to anyone willing to learn. So if you know anyone who is sitting on an idea because they think they are not good enough, share this channel with them and let's prove them wrong. Okay, that was a little side note, but let's get back to the material. Okay, so I am back and you can see that I have a part file that I've worked on, and the next logical thing for me to do would be to save it. Now there's actually 3 different methods in which you can save a file. One of them is by going up to the File tab in the menu bar and clicking Save to this PC. As you can see here, you also have the shortcut Control-S that you can use. And the third method is simply by clicking on the floppy disk icon right up here in the menu bar. Now one thing to note is that the first time that you save a file, you will be prompted to select the location in which you want to save the file, as well as to give it a proper name and to set the file format for it. But this is only during the first time you save it, because every subsequent save that you do will just simply update the changes that you've made to the file. Now here I don't yet have a folder that I want to save this on, but I'm going to create one really quick. I'm going to name it The Truth because it's true. My viewers and subscribers are pretty awesome. I'm going to click on it. And so this is the path at which I'm going to save the file. It's going to be under this folder right here. I'm going to give it a title. There we go. And if I wanted to change the file type, I can click on this drop down right here and it'll give me a list of all the available file formats in which I can save the part as. Now don't worry if you see this extensive list, there's actually a lot of different options here, and a lot of these you don't actually need to be good at 3D design. Really, the only one that I kind of expect you to know by now is the part file one, because it's mainly the one we've been working with. But don't worry, you'll learn the other ones as we go. But feel free to take a look at these if you want to just have a general idea of which ones are available. For me, I'm not going to click on any of them. I'm just going to exit out because I do want to keep it as a part. And here you can add a short description of your part if you'd like. For me, I'm going to skip that for now, and I'm just going to hit save down here. And once I do, you'll notice that the file was saved successfully, because if you look up at the name of the file, it is no longer part 1, but instead is the name that I decided to give the file. One thing to keep in mind is that there will be times in which it'll be convenient for you to make a copy of your original file. And the reason for this is because sometimes it is safer to make changes to a copy of the file as opposed to risking making unwanted changes to the original. Now you might be thinking to yourself that you can simply click on this floppy disk icon or any of the other methods I showcased in order to make a copy, but that is not the case, because you'll notice that if I make any changes to the model and then I hit save, I will not be presented with the same window that I was earlier, but instead the part will just simply be updated so that any changes that I made are saved to the file. So if I want to make a copy of the file, all I have to do is go up here to the File tab and then go down here to Save as New, or I can also use this shortcut right here. I will simply click on it, and then once the window opens up, I'm given the option once again to select where it is I'm going to locate the file, which in this case I'm just going to keep it in the same folder in which I have the original one. As for the name, I am going to change it slightly. I'm just going to include all my subscribers are awesome. I'm going to keep the file format the same, and I'm not going to give it a description, but what I am going to change are these options down here. I currently have it set to save as, but since I want to make a copy, I'm going to select either the save as copy and continue option or the save as copy and open. Now the only two differences between these two is that if you select the save as copy and continue one, SolidWorks will save this as a copy of the original, but it will keep it closed and will not open it for you to work on it. And if you select the save as copy and open, it will save it as a copy, and once I hit save, it'll also open the copy for me to work on. And once I do, SolidWorks will ask me if I want to keep the original document open for me to keep working on, or if I want to close it out. So for me right now, I'm just going to close it out. And so the file that I currently have open is the copy and not the original, as you can tell by the name of the file itself. Now, lastly, I want to point you out to something important. This is something you might have noticed if you were paying close attention to the title of the file, but every time you make any changes to your files, so say for instance, I reverted back to just saying my viewers and subscribers, you'll notice that the name of the file changes in that it still says the name of the file and it still says the file extension. In this case, it's a solid part, hence the reason why it says SLDPRT, but you'll notice that there's a small asterisk next to the name itself. The asterisk next to the name is just there to let you know that all of the changes that you've made since the last save will not apply to the file unless you manually save it once again. So in this case, if I were to exit out of the part without saving, then I would lose all of the last changes that I've made. So since I do want to keep those changes, I'll save it, and once I do, you'll notice that the asterisk disappears, meaning that all of the current changes that I've made are saved to the file now. Once I am done working with the file, I can close it out by either using the Ctrl W shortcut, that is holding down the Control key and then pressing down on the W key as well at the same time, or I can simply click on this X icon in the top right corner of the graphics view area. Now it is important that you click on this X right here if you want to close out the file, and not on this X right up here, because this X will actually close down SolidWorks and not just the file. For me, I'm going to close down the file by pressing on this X, and there we go. Now before continuing with the rest of the video, I want to pass on a question to you. Are you learning SolidWorks for school, a job, or a personal project? Also, what part of SolidWorks confuses you the most right now? Let me know in the comments section. Now for the challenge of the week, since these are actions you're going to have to be performing every single time you either create a new file or you open or save it, I won't ask you to do a certain amount of reps of each action, but I do suggest that you are consciously aware of at least one method that you can use to create, open, and save files. As long as you know one way of doing each of these, then you're set. Also be conscious of the names you give your files and the locations where you store them, as it can be very easy just giving them a temporary name and storing them anywhere on your computer, but this will complicate things later down the road if you ever wish to rename the files or change their location. So because of this, let's stick with best practices. Okay, let's get back to the video. Now finally, the last basic thing you need to know when it comes to file management is knowing how to open files. There's actually multiple ways in which you can open files, and in fact you don't actually need to have SolidWorks open to do so. Many times, if you have a file on your desktop or in your file explorer, you can simply double click on the file itself and SolidWorks will open it up automatically. In fact, if you don't have SolidWorks booted up on your computer, as long as you double click a SolidWorks file, SolidWorks will boot up and it will automatically open the file type. Another way in which you can open files is by going up here to the File tab and selecting Open, or you can also use the Ctrl-O shortcut. Whichever one of those two will bring you up with this window here where you can find the files that you want to open, and you can simply either double click on them or click on them once and then hit this Open button. Another way to open files is by navigating over to the Open icon right up here. And lastly, you can access the recent files that you've worked on by either clicking on the Home icon right here, which will show you the most recent files that you worked with, or you can also access them by going up here to File and then selecting Open Recent, and from here selecting whichever file you need. You'll notice that when you don't have any file open, once you go to the File tab, it'll automatically show you all of the recent ones. But if you do have a file open at the moment, then you'll have to go over to the Open Recent option. And of course, you can always tell that you opened the file successfully because you'll not only be able to see the file itself in the graphics area, but you'll also see the name of it right up here. Now, there's a couple of things that are useful to know when it comes to opening files, and one of these is that you can actually open more than a single file at a time. As you can see, if I select a variety of files, and then select Open, SolidWorks will open all of the selected files. Now, as a beginner, you won't really be needing to work on multiple files at once like this, but I did think it'd be useful to let you know just in case. Another useful thing to know is that if you don't see a preview of the file once you click on it, you can simply click on this icon right up here, and doing so should show you a preview of the part. And if the preview is way too big, you can simply drag on this to make it smaller. Now, just in the same way that SolidWorks allows you to save different file formats, SolidWorks also allows you to open different file formats. Right here, I only have either part, assembly, or drawing files, but if you had any other file type, you can filter it out by going down here to this drop-down menu and selecting whichever one it is that you need. Of course, granted that you actually have it in the folder. And again, please don't worry if you see a lot of different options. You don't need to know all of these to be good at 3D design. If anything, I'd say you only have to be familiar with the main 3 SolidWorks file types, those being the parts, assemblies, and drawing files. But of course, the one I do expect you to be a little bit more familiar with is the part file because it's the one that we've mainly worked with. But feel free to take a look at these if you want to, but yeah, just don't worry about them right now. Additionally, you can also filter through file types by clicking on these icons right down here. So as you can see, if I deselect the drawing file type as well as the assembly type, I'll only be left with part files. So all of these are part files, as you can tell by the extension of solid part. If I instead click on the assembly type and disable the part type, then you see I have the Lego assembly that I demonstrated in another video. And the same goes for drawings as well. Now there's also this option right down here, which is for top level assemblies. As a beginner, you won't know what this is, but I still wanted to bring it up so that when you do know about it, you know that it is there as an available option. Lastly, whenever you open files, I recommend that you go over here to the mode and that you always make sure that it is in the resolved state. Now, this isn't absolutely necessary, but if you're planning on opening a file to make changes to it, then you really do need to make sure that it is in the resolved state. Because if you have it in the quick view option, you'll only be able to take a look at it without making any changes to it. The last thing I want to teach you is what to do if you have a SolidWorks file which you don't really know where it is located in the files and you want to find out. You can always go up here to the home icon, and once you locate the part that you want to find out where it is located, you simply hover over it and you click on this down here that says show in folder. And once you do, SolidWorks will bring up a window in which it'll show you the location of where it is stored at. You can also do the same if instead you go up here to file, you hover over to the part itself, and then you click on this folder right here. So now that you know how to create, open, and save your SolidWorks files, be sure to check out this video right down here if you want to learn about the differences between the three main SolidWorks file types. You can also check your recommended video right up here, and with that, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.